Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. It's your buddy Boogeyman Ben here for a new episode of Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone, and got a couple of things tonight, and I just thought I'd do a real quick video to showcase them. One of the things I got is a brand new Blu-ray DVD. This is a movie that I really wanted to see in the theater last year when it came out, or I believe it came out in November of last year, and I just didn't get a chance to see it in the theater, and I was really bummed about it. I'm a huge fan of the original. This was a remake of a Sidney Lumet film. It has my favorite actor of all time, Anthony Perkins, in it. He was in the original. Of course, I'm talking about Murder on the Orient Express, and I did a review of the original as part of my Anthony Perkins tribute series, so I do have the original. And this movie came out the year I was born, 1974. Has a fantastic cast. So you have Ingrid Bergman, Jacqueline Bisset, Albert Finney, Sean Connery, Martin Balsam. Just fantastic people in this, and I've always been a fan of this film. I just think it's a terrific film. And when I found out that they were doing a remake, I was really interested in it because it is one where I kind of was like, okay, that's kind of cool. There's a new take on the film, and of course, so I picked up the remake tonight. Now, I watched it earlier this week on demand. I loved it. I was really a big fan of this film. I thought Kenneth Branagh did a fantastic job directing. Also starring as Hercule Poirot. See if I say that right, but he is fantastic in this film. And I'm not the biggest Kenneth Branagh fan, but I think this is one of my favorite performances of his. He just did a fantastic job in this. But also with him, you also have one of my favorite actors of all time, Johnny Depp, in it. You have Josh Gad, you have Daisy Ridley, Michelle Pfeiffer, Judi Dench, Penelope Cruz, and Willem Dafoe. Just a fantastic cast, and I just really love this film. I love the look of it. It really felt like an old film. It felt like of course it had today's technology, but it really felt like a big grandiose film with a lot of stars that you don't see a lot anymore, and I just really loved this film 100%. It's fantastic. I know some people weren't crazy about it. Some people thought it was a little slow moving, but I really liked it. I loved everything about it. I thought everybody in the cast was fantastic, especially Kenneth Branagh. He just stole every scene he was in, and I really just fantastic. But I love both. These are two fantastic films, and this is one where it was a great remake. So yeah, I recommend people watching both of them if you haven't seen them. The other thing I got tonight was a new POP. This isn't really horror, but it does go back to something that I loved as a kid, and that was Masters of the Universe. I wish I still had some of my Masters of the Universe toys. I ended up selling a lot of them. Back in the day, I sold my Castle Grayskull. I got rid of a lot of my old Masters of the Universe figures. But one figure that I would have never gotten rid of was my Skeletor figure, but I never could find him. I don't know what happened to him. It could have gotten lost. It was in my mom's garage for so long, all of that stuff. But Pop made a series of Masters of the Universe figures, and I was able to pick up Battle Armor Skeletor. So really happy to find this one. Really been looking for him, and yeah, I found him at Target of all places. Target really has a shitty selection of Pops, but they had two of these, and I was just so happy to pick him up. And you can see him right there. And I will be taking him out of the package. I just am a huge fan of the Skeletor character, and he fits the overall theme of my love of skulls. I mean, I wear a lot of skull jewelry, and I'm just a big fan of Skeletor as a character. I think he's a fantastic villain. And Masters of the Universe was, one of the first series that I ever remember loving as a kid. So yeah, was really happy to pick this one up. And like I said, just wanted to showcase a couple things that I've gotten. I have some really cool segments that I'm going to be doing this coming month. One of them is going to be called Scariest Horror Films of the New Millennium. So I'm going to be talking about the scariest films that have come out in the last 17 years. I'm also planning on doing a segment on the biggest horror icons that have come out of the last 17 years. So we have the 80s and the 90s horror icons. What are the horror icons of the 21st century? And I'm going to be breaking those down. So I have a lot of cool stuff coming up in the coming weeks, as well as my vlog on the memoir that I'm writing, Growing Up a Horror Fan. Got a lot going on, really busy, but I'm really having a ball doing it, and I hope everyone will join me. Please check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are down below. I really appreciate all the support. Let me know what you guys think about this cool stuff that I've picked up. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.